Good morning, everyone. Let me today talk about the basics of Python. Num is a data type variable which is written in this format in the Python. Now, num is equals to integer input enter number. On the terminal, it is written enter number, in which we will take the input a number which is of the int format. Clear? Now, take one of the aspects in your mind for all the time in case of the Python, that if you don't write int here and you will just write num is equals to input enter number, then in that case the by default input is of the string type. Means Python will take the input as a default type in the format of the strings. Now, take another example. If you will write age is greater than equals to 18 semicolon, then you will print it, otherwise you will not print it. I have written this previously and then I have removed it. This you can consider the case. This you may write or you may not write. This is not a default, but this semicolons is must in Python. You will not write just these brackets and move on to the next line, because in the Python the indentation matters a lot. What is the indentation? Indentation is considered as the space which you have taken from the left hand side onwards, and it indicates that you are in this zone. Means you are in this in block. Now next, nested if also possible. Let me take one of the example of the nested if condition. For leap year, you know that I will take example for considering that whether this year is leap year or not. Let me take one of the example of 2004. Is this a leap year or not? Let me allow you to give one of the code which will define you that whether this is a leap year or not. If that year is divisible by 4 is equals to 0, 2004 divided by 4, is it divisible fully? Yes, it is divisible fully. Now come inside this. If y modulo 100 is equals to 0, it means 2004 modulo 100 is equals to 0. No, it means this is not a leap year, and you will not go inside this nested loop of if else condition. But if you take, if we take the year another which is divisible by 400 as well as by 100 as well as by 4, then that year will be considered as a leap year, otherwise that is not considered as a leap year. Now let's come to the example at how I will write the loop inside it. Suppose I have to write the numbers from 1 to 10. I have to write the numbers from 1 to 10, printing the numbers in the Python. One way is to write print 1, print 2, print 3, print 4, print 5, print 6, print 7, print 8, print 9, print 10. The other way is to write just a single line of code, and it will automatically write a number from 1 to 10 itself. Now let me take one of the examples. For variable I in range defines that you will write the values from 1 to 10. This is inclusive, means 1 to 10 from this side and 10 from the last end. And this, what is this? This represents the steps. Means I will write first here, then a step of 2, 1 and 2, then you will write 3, then a step of 2 you will write 5, then a step of 2 you will write 7, then a step of 2 you will write 9, and then a step of 2 is 11. But here the boundary is 10 only, so you can't go ahead of it, so it will only print the values 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9 in the terminal. Now let me take another example in which you have to write the values from 10 to 2 in the reverse manner. For I in range 10, starting pointer, end pointer, and with the value of -2, it means that the steps are reducing. 10 minus 2 is 8, minus 2 is 6, minus 2 is 4, minus 2 is 2, and minus 2 is 0. But look, 0 is not in this range. I have told you in this point also, this is inclusive from 1 to 10. So 0 is included? No. So the only output which you will see in the terminal or the output section is 10, 8, 6, 4 and 2. Now let me allow you to travel in the string. For I in string, I have mentioned str as dev, development, DEV, dev. Print I, it will iterate over each and every character of the string. First it will write a str of 0. This is at the index 0, this is at the index 1, this is at the index 2. It means it will write str of 0, then it will write str of 1, then it will write str of 2. It means it will print def on the screen. If you want an abrupt break in your code, it means I want that I will write the value from 1 to 10, but I want that if I reach at the point 5, I don't want to execute my loop furthermore. So I will write the condition for I in range 1 to 10 to 2. If what I will use this condition, if I is equals to double is equals to 5, semicolon, break, it will break it, and then your answer would be like 1, 3 and 5, and you will not see the 7 and 9 in your answer. Now pass. In Python there is a special keyword or the reserved keyword called as pass. It does nothing. What it does? It does nothing. It seems to be very anonymous what it does. For I in range 3, if I is equals to 3, pass it. Otherwise you will not. It means that if you write I is equals to 2, break, then it will break it. But if you write I is equals to 3, then you will pass it and you do nothing there. It can be the case that you have to perform some action at that span of time, but your code does not allow that. If you want to print these values of I, then you have to write in this format, f string format. For I in str, print f I is I in this curly brackets. Make a note of using this curly braces I. What this will I will write? It will write the index. Why it will write the index? I am denoting I in string I. What this I is currently being? I is representing the index. This 0 index, 1 index, 2 index. So f I is 0, I is 1, I is 2. This is what f will write. Now I will move to the next page. Now note this notation in your head. x star star 2. What does it means? It means the power of x is 2. Power of x is 2. Here x is 3, then 3 square 2 means 3 square is 9. If there is written 4 and here is written 3, then what it means? 4 square 3 means 4 into 4 into 4, 16 4 64. Now we will talk about some of the very important aspects used in the Python: list, tuple, set and dictionary. I will go more in depth in the dictionary, as in the machine learning algorithms the most useful part is the dictionary itself. Lists are mutable in nature. Lists are mutable in nature, while the tuples are non-mutable in nature. Mutable means editing. Tuple means non-editing. Editing, and this is not editing. You can write this in two formats: list square bracket or list this brackets and this square brackets. Tuple you have to write in this brackets only. This is these brackets, or tuple these brackets and again these brackets. These are the outside brackets which you are denoting that we will consider this part as a one object. Now we will come to the set. Now take one of the example of the list and the tuple. Let me take an example where I have written inside the list as 1, which is integer, 1.1 which is float, and def which is a string, and also I have included one object which I will denote it in the curly braces, an object which you can think it of as a dictionary also. Now if this is a list, then the first value which is at the 0th index is 1. I can change that value to 2. This is called mutable and it means editable. But in case I have written all these values in the tuple, then I cannot change that value of the index 0 from 1 to 2. I think you got it what I am trying to say. Now consider set. What is the special quality of set? The special quality of set is that it stores only the unique values. Means by chance you have written 1 2 2 2 2 3 times, but it will store only 1 2 inside it, and it will discard all the other values of the 2. What do you mean by dictionary? I think most of the users nowadays has come across with the C language and the C++ language. So don't take overhead of this dictionary. This is similar, it means exact similar to map, unordered map or the ordered map. We will not categorize in the C++ as we do in the ordered map or the unordered map. We will just simply take a map in which this one will point to 2. It means the index is 0, it means the key is 1 and the value is 2. Let's suppose I take key as 4 and the value is 5. So this is the dictionary format, which is just similar to the unordered map. Now let me talk about the function, how you will define the functions. In the C++, we have used functions a lot. In that there is a different format, but in the Python there is some another format. You will write a reserved keyword as def, and here you don't have to write the data types as you used to write in the C++, like integer, void, long, string, etc. But here you will just write a fixed format, define, function name, square bracket, and the semicolons, and then you can write from the next line itself your function what you want to write inside that function. Now there is lambda function which I will define below on the next slide. What is that lambda function is? Now map, I can use the map function as well. It means function list iterable map lambda. Don't focus on this lambda, I will define the lambda on the next page. Wait, now id is equals to list format. This is the same, I will define it on the next page. Wait, now some of the important functions used inside the map variable. These are the filter function, it will return true or false, then you will travel inside this iterable value. Apply list filter. Now let me take one of the example. Fruits is equals to square bracket. What is a square brackets note? This is square brackets note that this is a list. So list, which is mutable, means editable. Now fruits dot append. Why I can use this function dot append? I can use this function append as these are mutable in nature. Now fruits dot insert index, comma, your new value. What is the difference between the append and the insert? Append, it will append the value, this value at the end of the list, whereas this insert will append the value at that particular index. Keep in your head that the index in the Python starts from the 0 itself. Fruits dot remove. What it will remove? It will remove the first occurrence. It is not sorted. Fruits dot remove will remove or discard the value from the last itself as it does in the append. No, it does append the values from the last, but it removes the value of the first occurrence of this. Means, let's suppose dev is written 5 times inside the list and I want to use this fruits dot remove dev, then this command will remove the dev from the index 0 one time only, and the remaining values will be dev, 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 and dev, 4 times dev. Now fruits dot pop, what it does, it removes the value from the end of the list. This is like append from the last, means add from the last. This is append from, this is remove from the last. Fruits dot count this. What this will do, this will count the number of items present in this format. Means here you can write an object, here you can write a single string, here you can write a single integer, here you can also write a single variable, but that variable must be present inside your list, otherwise it will show an error. Fruits dot sort, what it will do, it will sort them. Now you must have a question in your mind that fruits dot sort, sir, you have told us that this list is mutable in nature, editable in nature, and it contains variables of different types. Means 1 is there, 1.1 is there, 2.3 is there, object is there, and tuple is also there. Tuple inside the list is possible. Okay, tuple is inside there. So how it will sort it? Here, if you have all the data types of the same type, means fruits dot sort list, and list contains 5, 8, 10, 11, 2000, 4 lakh, 5 lakh, 5 crores, 6 crores. Then it will sort this in the ascending order. if you have different data types, then it will show you an error. Keep remember this point in your head. Fruits.reverse, it will reverse the whole linked list. It does not mean that it will reverse the whole object. If there are multiple objects, then it will reverse the objects based on the given format. You have to give the function on which it will sort them in the reverse order. For idx val comma in enumerate fruits. Look, if you are using this enumerate keyword, this inside this fruits dictionary, what this fruit is dictionary, then you can access both index and values simultaneously. But if you are writing for variable in fruits, then you can only access the keys itself, only access one. You can't access both of them at the simultaneous time. Keep this in your head. Now I will move to the next page and talk about another types. Now let me talk you about the list comprehension. What you all were saying about it. What is that lambda function? What is there? Now look at this list comprehension. Square is equals to num star 2 for num in range 0, 10 inside the list. So it looks very much obvious that what this statement tries to say. Look, break this statement, nothing is difficult. For num in range of 0 and 10, you know about it. What this will do, this will make a loop in which I will write down the values from the 0 to 10. Now in the next line I will use print square, print num. But if I merge that print num and this in the single line, then that is referred to as a list comprehension. Means square is equals to list. What this will do, it will write down all the values inside the list format. Now what this do, num square. What is this num? This num is the same variable which you are using here. Must keep in your mind that this num and this num must be same. So what the output will be? The output will be 0, 0 square, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, 6 square, and so on. So print square will write down all these values. I can make this even short as well. Here I have written square. If I write all this from here itself to here inside this print, means square bracket and num square for num in it, then this will also give me the same output as this. Because what is this square representing? This square is just representing that I am storing this list inside a variable known as square, and then I am going to print this square. It means two-step process. I can reduce down to one step as well. Now I have written that I can use also conditions inside it. If num modulo 2 is equals to 0, then only I will write the values. Here the answer will come out to be 0 inside the list. 0, 4 and 6 square 36, 8 square 64. This is the answer. Now what this word length will do, this length will give me the length of the word. What this word is a string. Calculate the length of the word. Tuple to list and list to tuple is also possible. How? I have told you previously that list can contain inside the tuples as well, and the tuple can contain list as well. But if you want to convert the list to the tuple, then you just have to write that tuple is equals to list, that format, the second format which I have told to you. List is equals to tuple, these brackets, and the list name. Clear? Numbers, this will reverse the print. We can use the reverse command as well, which I have shown to you, but you can also use this type of format to reverse it. Numbers, semicolon, semicolon, -1. If you want all the content present inside the tuple becomes 3 times, then you can multiply it by 3. Here you can see, sir, you have told to us that tuples are immutable, these values cannot be changed. Yes, exactly. The values, it means that you cannot add or reduce. It means add or pop. Can't the values. You can't append or pop the values, but you can change the values. You are scaling those values. Scaling up or scaling down is possible, but appending or popping out is not possible inside the tuple. I have not mentioned the list here because list is a general class which you can think it of on your own, but considering tuple is some sort difficult, so I have mentioned this in my notes. Packaging of the tuple. Tuple is equals to 1, 2, def print tuple. So tuple will write in this format 1, 2, def. Here you can think that why I have not used this square and this type of brackets here. This example I have mentioned here only because of this reason, that if you don't write this type of brackets also inside the case of the tuple, then the answer will come out to be true. All of them are in the tuple, although not use this type of brackets. This is what called packing. It means all of these values are inside this tuple. Now unpacking. Unpacking means A, B, C is equals to tuple. All of them assigned values individually. It means A itself is a tuple, B itself is a tuple, and C itself is a tuple. My set remove gives error if not present. Means I will show you the difference between the remove and the discard. What remove does, it will give an error if the element is not present, but this discard will not give you an error if the element is not present. Now you can ask me the question that where these two different things can be used. Now let's suppose you are running a program in which a list contains 1000 numbers. It may contain the required number or may not contain the required number. Then in that scenario, if you want that number which is present is a must number, then you must use this remove command, because this will show you an error as that number is not present. But if that number is not so much important for you, then you can use the discard function, as it will not show you an error and your code will be running out smoothly. Now set membership commands. Set membership commands are used with the dot union format, dot intersection format, dot intersection update, dot difference update. Now I will move to the next page and talk about some more aspects. Now let me talk you about with the file handling in the Python. With open example.txt format. This format are of many types. Just I will talk about each of them aspects in orally. What is this AB type? A means append, B means binary. It means you want to append the values in the binary format inside the file. Append will values in the binary format, write values in the binary format, read values in the binary format, read values in the binary format plus write values in the binary format plus read, write, append, write, read, append. Content is equals to file dot read, print content. Content is equals to file dot read. As I have opened this file in the format of read, so what I will do, I will just read the whole document from this command file dot read, and I will put that inside the content variable, and then I will write all those values inside the print. For line in line file, print line, it means I will travel inside each line inside the file, and then I will print that line. Now file dot write hello, I will write this inside the file. Lines is equals to, these lines are written inside it. Open as file dot write lines. I will write all these lines inside the file. Thank you. This is all about the basics of the Python you must know before starting the machine learning algorithms and the deep learning algorithms. Hey guys, this is all about my video. I will come in the next video talking about more of the dictionary formats.